Hi everyone, welcome today to our Lightency tour video. I'm Firas, so called by Santa, and I'll be the guide of this tour today. In a world where the European climate law is reshaping our approach to energy, one market is becoming indispensable, which is the carbon credit market. The European climate law mandates Europe's economy and society to achieve climate neutrality by 2050. It also sets a target to reduce net greenhouse gas emissions at least 55% by 2030 compared to 1990 levels. Achieving climate neutrality by 2050 means achieving net greenhouse gas emissions for EU countries as a whole. This is done mainly by cutting emissions, investing in green technologies, and protecting the natural environment. On the other hand, African governments are in the urgency to set up a legal framework for carbon credits and renewable energy certificates following the European Carbon Trade Protocol. Following these laws, in order to participate in the global economy, institutions and organizations need to be carbon-free or carbon neutral, and to be capable to do that, they need either to buy carbon credits or invest in green energy solutions. And this is where Lightency came to solve, a pioneer in the renewable energy marketplace and DeFi. And further than that, it is part of, or let's say it is built on top of the near protocol blockchain ecosystem, so called by the carbon neutral blockchain. Diving deep into Lightency, let's start with the Powerchain, which is a software that combines the peer-to-peer energy management system and the certification of green energy, in order to create a future built on energy autonomous communities consuming energy locally and cost efficiently. Moving on to the carbon ledger. We have just explained that PowerChain is the software that enables you to tokenize your energy and generate carbon credits, right? So the outcome of this software, which are renewable energy certificates and carbon credits, can be traded locally in our marketplaces or third-party marketplaces. Other than that, we didn't even stop in the marketplaces because simply institutions and organizations can invest and fund green energy projects and renewable energy resources in order to gain these renewable energy certificates. Of course, to reduce their carbon footprint. They can even participate in the governance and decision making to make better choices and fund other green energy solutions. Without further ado, let's move on to a quick demo on how to get renewable energy certificates with Lightency Powerchain. By the way, this is a very small piece of the puzzle of the whole Powerchain software. Let's start. Okay, so starting with the registry module here, which is a very important one, mentioning that multinational companies operate all over the world, and it can be sometimes a little bit cumbersome or let's say challenging to reduce their global carbon footprint. But this module is here to solve that problem. With the registry module, companies can trade and gain renewable energy locally, making it easier to reduce their carbon footprint. Next, we have the issuer module that can be used for EAC, or let's say Energy Attribute Certificate issuance, transfer, claiming, approving members, validating, etc., etc. It makes use of smart contracts to enable certificates management and tracing on the blockchain. So the issuer module can be, for example, third-party institutions or organization, etc. Here, as we can see, a member part of a certain organization trying to register his device, getting approved, and then requesting for a renewable energy certificate. As you can see here, guys, the process takes too long because you are trying to simulate multiple actors in the same time, but in the close future, we'll be doing a detailed video that explains step by step. After all that, we can see that the rec is minted successfully and it is ready to be traded on our marketplace on third-party marketplaces. Now let's move on to the DeFi part of latency. And it is a very important part because it is centered about the light token, which is the fuel of all latency ecosystem. There are four big parts in here. We can start with the governance. Users can join DAOs and participate in the decision making. Second, you mentioned the staking. So users can stake LTS in order to gain daily rewards as passive income, and also to participate in the governance. Next, we move on to the vesting. So users can also buy LTS at a discount price at one condition that the LTS will be locked for a period of time. The cheaper the pack, the longer the period. And last part, it is swapping. So Lightency provides its user to swap crypto to LTS and vice versa. You can also buy LTS from the platform, which its price controlled by the bonding curve algorithm that you can see it on live. So there's so much more that Lightency can offer in the DeFi and ReFi world. And unfortunately, it is impossible to cover everything in one video. As the solution evolves, we'll be developing tutorial courses to enhance the user experience and soften it a little bit. And yeah, that's it. So thank you all for your attention. I hope you liked the video. Guys, go check Lightency. We are powering the future today. Goodbye.